test this or check this. See how everything's running, filling. Dang, I should have grabbed my. Why did I not grab that? Okay, all right. Well, I mean that sounds good. Looks good. Let's get started. Today, you guys are joining me at work, and I work at a law firm, and currently on the clock right now for another hour and 15 minutes. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna be. You know what? All right, now let's go ahead and start. We are starting at 1:45. All right, welcome to my TED Talk. Right now, before we get started, I do need to say I need a haircut, but don't watch that. What we're gonna talk about today is AI engineering and having a 9 to 5. How do you balance the two? You know, what is AI engineering? How can you use that in your 9 to 5? Because I noticed the first thing everybody's gonna want to think about is how can I implement AI into my everyday work processes. Um, and don't mind, first of all, my volume. Like I said, I am at work. We are operating. So just to kind of show you and give you a little idea of literally, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still doing my work, but well, you guys can't see it, but I have another laptop right there. Um, and I have this mouse for it. But, yeah, HR right there, it's gotta, hold on 1 sec. Uh, like I said, bro, I'm at work. I was at HR just walked by. You feel me? IT guy walking in and out. Filing guy. It's just a lot of moving parts. But on top of my regular, because here's the beautiful thing that I think people need to understand about AI and 9 to 5s. You don't need to be a software engineer, programmer, coder. You don't need to be any of those high level things to implement AI. But AI makes it possible for you to, I don't want to say become a software engineer because I think that's a lot more extensive of a path than people would like to think. But I think it helps you to utilize the framework that software engineers and programmers use to solve problems, to solve your own problems in your day to day life at your 9 to 5. And that is an amazing thing to be able to have because before you used to have to pay a software engineer thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to solve some of these same issues. Um, and now if you want to go into, creating softwares and programs, softwares as a service or SaaS programs that, you're pushing out to market, selling, you know, uh, that's another rung, and that's honestly the part of the process that I'm in, which is where I understand AI engineering in sense of how to use it in day-to-day work, automations, workflows. That's it's easy. The part that I'm at is how to package that up into a product that a specific field can use to, just run and do these things like any other software program. Um, so that's a little more extensive. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to cover all of that right now. Um, right now, I think I'm just going to go into AI and 9 to 5. So, what we'll cover is how daily work problems become AI learning opportunities, why domain experts beat pure technical skills in AI. So, that meaning if you have a specific field that you can become an expert in understanding how to use AI in that field, it's better than just having pure technical skills when it comes to AI. It's better to niche down, understand what you're trying to do, what what your field of expertise is, and hone in on that very heavily. You can do other side projects, but that that domain expertise is going to be crucial for getting things done and for eventually scaling if that's what you would like to do. We're going to be talking about practical ways to start building AI solutions in your current role. So you don't have to become the IT guy, you don't have to become a programmer or go apply, you have to do anything of that. Wherever you're at, whatever part of the process that your job uses, you can implement AI today in that process. And I'm sure you already are, but I don't just mean chat GPT. I mean fully immersing yourself into the world of understanding what these large language models are, how they can help you, which one's good for what, and using them to help your processes. Now, you don't have to understand all of these extensively. I mean, you honestly could just ask AI, but at least having some sort of understanding, like, hey, if I have to create visuals, maybe I want to use Nano Banana VO3, or maybe I want to use Sora. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm going to use those two things, what are the ways that I can prompt it to give me the results I'd like? If I'm going to do any type of technical analysis of certain documents or work, maybe I'm going to use ChatGPT. If I want to create a personality piece, maybe I'm going to use Claude. So some of these things, like these models, have different things that they, I would say, excel in, and you kind of gotta, just understand what you're using, like for what. I'm not gonna give Claude a prompt to create a video ad for me. I'm not, or like some inspo for an ad. I'm not gonna give um Chat GPT a prompt. I'm not gonna give Chat GPT. Well, I mean, you could use Chat GPT for photos. Maybe I'm not gonna give Claude one of those. I would say well, we're gonna get into that because yeah, this is live, so it's not like it's pre-recorded. I'm just going as I'm going, and I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. I'm at work. Um, now, you know what? Maybe I should push this page over here. Sorry, little workflow right there. Okay, over there. Yeah. All right. Um, now let's continue on to this seminar. So, for the past 2 months, IT guys coming in, so just beware. Just be. Told you I'm at work. I'm not capping. You know what I'm saying? I'm at work. Uh, I had to wait for the coast to be clear. All right. Yeah. So for the past 2 months, I have been working on. Really, it started with Well, okay, let me just tell you my story. Let me tell you the story of how I got on this journey. I was at a training for this exact job. They had us at a hotel in a conference room for 2 days. Met the training, and one of the days they were basically going over some of the bottlenecks and issues they're having with some of these processes. And so they're going over them, and I'm sitting there listening, and I'm just like, I think I know how to fix that problem right there. There was an issue of reaching out to clients when a certain status was applied to the client, to reach out to the client to allow to basically just notify them that the status has been changed. So cool. I'm like, all right. I think I know how to fix that problem. I think I know how to fix that problem. So, um, okay, I see you guys just left. So, um, I think I know how to fix that problem. So I was like, all right, cool. Um, Let me go ahead and start working. So literally at that training, before that training was done, I had the I don't want to say the wireframing. I had a GUI. I had a GUI done. If you don't know what a GUI is, it's a graphical user interface. It's basically what you see when you're on a site, the buttons you click. It's not the actual things that happen when those buttons are clicked, and it's not the actual processes that are happening in the back. It's just the purely visual thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got that. I kind of just showed it, previewed it to that. The hell was that sound? The hell was that sound? Oh, I just got it. Yo, somebody just messaged me on Messenger. I don't even get messages on Messenger. I just randomly get one now. It's crazy. Anyways, so I kind of previewed the GUI to the IT guy. He was filling it, so I continued on with the process, and along the way, I kind of understood that I went backwards. Instead of hearing the problem and immediately trying to create a software or a service or a system that does it, I should have first mapped out the automation. I should have mapped out, hey, this, and it's so funny. The person who just DM'd me actually just commented on the live. Yo, what's up, Max? What's good? I just seen your DM. I'm gonna hit you uh, when we'll talk about that. That's different business. We'll talk about that. Um, now, okay, all right, cool. So now, um, oh yeah, so I did it backwards. So um, instead of creating a program first, I should have mapped out the automation steps. Like, okay, when this happens, this should happen. How am I gonna get from here to here? Use this to do this, and I should have mapped all of that out first before I started kind of trying to automate these processes. But you live and learn. I learned the hard way, so I don't want you to do that. So if you are gonna automate any processes, please take a piece of paper, map it out, bro. If you want to use a piece of paper, use your notes app, use Google Docs, use anything, bro. Map it out. Please have a visual representation of the process before you do anything. Anything, have a visual representation of the process. I'm begging you. It's just gonna help. It's gonna help like a million times more. Map out your process. Once you map out your process, then you can start trying to work on the automation. Now, here's the thing. You don't need to create. a software or website, an app to do these automations. There are plenty and plenty and plenty of AI powered automation tools out there. I'm not getting paid by any of them, but just to throw a few out there, just for informational purposes, you have Zapier, Zapier. You have N8N. Those are probably, I think, like two of the biggest ones. Those are the two I have experience with so far personally, outside of just other little platforms having their own automations inside of the platform. But I'll probably hit the mic right there. They both have their own pros and cons. They both have their own services they service and the ones they don't. What these are apps that you can, or they're programs that you can use to connect one app to another app that don't usually talk to each other. So if you want to connect your CRM to your Google Sheets, or you want to connect your Google Docs to your Microsoft Outlook email, or whatever connection you're trying to make, you can use to make what you can use these programs to make. Now, some of them are going to come native in the program. You can just click a button, hey, connect this to this, or sometimes you're not going to find that. You're going to have to use an API request. So you're going to have to go find API documentation. This is a little more advanced when it comes to API, but the thing about API is if we're talking about integration of anything, like you're trying to put one app's information into another app to do a certain thing, it's going to take API if it doesn't have it um, native to the integration system you're using. So that's why that's one of kind of the one thing that you're gonna need to kind of learn about a little bit extensively. And it's not really anything like you gotta study. It's just a API is just an application programming interface. So whatever interface that is used to communicate back and forth with this app with other apps, it's gonna take an API. We use APIs every day, so whether we know it or not. Whenever you talk to an app that talks to another app that needs data from that other app in this app, API. So get used to it. API is just gonna be like a regular word, kind of like how we use the word. I don't want to say website because website's like super general, but like in that, like how AI. If you're doing anything when it comes to automations, integrations, you're gonna need to know API. So yeah, so I had to go kind of dive into the API world of the CRM we use, which is a very interesting CRM because the way their API is set up, you don't really have access to everything. You just have access to some things. And my coworker actually suggested to me earlier that the reason for that may be that they have their own native like integrated apps that you can use, and I think they want to like encourage people to use those versus creating their own integrations. And you're working with sensitive information. It's just a whole lot. You have to have the right credentials, authorization. It's a whole world. um Specifically with this case that I'm using, like this situation that I'm in where I am trying to automate processes for my specific 9 to 5, which is what I'm talking to you guys about today. My specific 9 to 5 uses a program whose API is a little bit more complex than a regular application. So you might not have extra problems with API if the application that you're trying to integrate doesn't have all these complexities. But me, I'm just having having a whole lot of trouble, bro. Having a whole lot of trouble. I'm getting things done, but it's just when it comes to talking to this specific app, I'm having trouble with basically the what things are called and where they're stored and how you access, because it has to be exact, and that's a little deeper again. But again, this is the world of automations. So let's rise back up on the surface level. Let's get out of the API bucket, get back to the surface level. Most people think, you know, I have a job or I learn AI. No, you have a job so you can learn AI. You learn AI so you can have a job. If you don't learn AI, You may not have a job in the future. You don't have a job, you can still learn AI. Learn AI. When I say learn AI, that doesn't mean go pick up a freaking bookshelf full of AI books. No, you learn by repetition, by practice, by actually applying some of these principles, getting these things into actual production. When I speaking of the automated workflows and processes, get it done. Just do it. Just start. Start today, right now. Ahora, now. Start now. Don't turn off this video. Finish watching the video, then start. Because you can't learn AI if you're not using AI. AI is this short of being a sentient being. And I can't learn any of the information that you have unless you and I communicate on a regular basis. So, in the same way, you can't learn AI if you're not communicating with AI on a regular basis. You have to communicate with AI as if it was a person. And in this use case with a 9 to 5, you have to communicate with AI as if it was an employee of yours, like an assistant that you have. Now, here's the key crucial piece of information, bro. I'm talking about like, yo, I have to let you know. Big, big, big disclaimer. Big, 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 big warning. Please listen to me. AI is not gonna get even 75% of things right. It's gonna get below 75% of things right. Maybe 65. Don't give AI the keys. Please. Please, I'm begging. Please don't give AI the keys. Let AI be the passenger who has a GPS pulled up, but you also navigate. You learn where you're at. If they tell you, hey, turn right, but you're looking out of your windshield and you see there is a dead end right there, or that is a lake, that is a wall. What do you mean turn right? Into this wall, into this lake, into this dead end. That doesn't make sense. I don't think I should turn right. I think I should go straight because if I turn right or left, I'm crashing. But you're telling me to turn right. So that's AI is going to tell you turn right. AI is going to turn you, yo, stop in the middle of the road and do a 360 spin with your car and make it twerk. Like AI is going to tell you anything, bro. AI tells you anything, bro. You could be looking at it, be like, yo, it's obviously answer A. A is gonna be like, nah, you wrong. It ain't A, it's B. So you have to keep control of the car. You have to double check AI's work, these processes, these automations. HR. Sorry. IT guy, I can take HR. No, sir. She can leave that there. You know what I'm saying? They told you what? Hey, hold on, man. Now back to what's at hand. Please, for the love of your job, make sure you are proofreading and double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, and whatever else, checking your AI's work. Evaluate. Just read over it. Use the use the AI that God gave you. Well, it's not AI. It's just I. Use the I, the intelligence that God gave you, to critically assess AI's work. So, you know, un feo, on séminaire para Ah, yeah. Oh, o PT Bushu. Ça fait. Oh, c'est vrai? En laptop? Oh, regarde ça. Yeah. Também te utiliser ça. Yeah, okay. Many. Man, sou capable. Uhum. Esse aí é mais que esse ali. Oui, ça va chercher. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. So, AI is gonna mess up. You have to just proofread, be in control, make sure you're just super super critical of what the AI is doing. And I have personally had a lot of experience with that where even with the automation system like Zapier, I'm gonna just be honest. Zapier, yo, don't even I would say you're better off if you're gonna make an automation in Zapier. You're better off just making the automation manually, and then if you can't do a certain thing by yourself or you don't know, first of all, go check ChatGPT, go check Claude, go check Gemini, check every single AI you can, and try to see what answers are more consistent. It's gonna okay. Claude gave me this, ChatGPT gave me this, Gemini gave me this, or whatever else AI you want to use gave me this. Okay, let me check these answers against each other, see what matches up, see what doesn't match up, and why, and go down that rabbit hole before you try to use Copilot that is built into Zapier. If you're gonna make an automation in Zapier, because like like yo, just like any other coding AI stupid vibe coding tool, it's like any other. It's going to make such progress. It's gonna be like, yes, I did everything. Yes, it's done. 2 seconds. Now you can click a button, and the rest of the year is now automated. You can just stay home for the rest of the year. I got this. Yeah, all right. And you try to actually run the process. You can just go, you go and try to do whatever the trigger is, whether the trigger is sending an email or, we'll get into all of that. And the thing doesn't work. Welcome to being a vibe coder, or welcome to being somebody who wants access to things that usually you would need a degree for to do, but you want them using AI. Guess what? It's gonna come with a whole lot of slop that you're gonna have to clean up if you want to get this done, or you would have just wasted your time. So for people who actually want to get things done using AI and for their 9 to 5 or their day job, whatever their daily processes are that they have to do, I'm gonna start a new kind of series. So I'm on this journey. We're on this journey together. I'm still building. I'm still in my automation processes. I'm still, you know, everything's not done yet. But we're gonna finish it together. We're gonna get on this journey together. We're gonna complete this journey together, and I'll document as much as I can. I have some other content um, that I like, just past maybe like the past like week and a half, maybe the past week of what I've been going through. Just me talking into the phone. I'm gonna use that content. We're gonna make content like this. We're gonna continue just going down this rabbit hole, this journey, learning together, and moving forward. Yeah. So my name's Berkeley. Some of you might know me as Brandon, and I about to end this live. Love. I might start another one and do a different section right now, but this part's over with. Done. Bye. 30 minutes. I'm gonna wait till the 50 seconds is gone. 4, 6, 4, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Blah.